What up, Wise Take Nation? Thanks for joining us for a Wise Take NBA DFS podcast. I'm your host, Paulie D, and I am joined by my boys, TC, Terry Collins, and CashinDFS. My man Josh. Say what's up, guys.
What's up, fellas?
I'm here today.
I'm here on
time today.
That was funny yesterday. Like, I actually pulled up the screen to look at you guys this time. I never do. Yesterday it was funny. Like, I just introduced you going through my thing and you weren't there. So hopefully people got a little laugh out of that. How'd you guys do tonight? I did pretty well. It was a good slate. We were on most of the right calls. Porzingis, I had a little too much of that, took my teams from big cash possibilities to really just like min cashes, but I cashed 4 or 5 teams between the two sites, so I'm happy. I made about 4x on my buy-in today, so that's good. Now I can play a little bigger tomorrow, and I like tomorrow's slate, 5 games. What about you, TC? How'd you do?
I did pretty well. I cashed 3 out of my 5 total. Didn't play too much because I had some other stuff going on, but Oladipo really kind of hampered a few of my teams. He didn't, take a dud, but he didn't do anything what I thought he would. So that hurt. But, overall, like you said, we were on a lot of the guys, and, even with the guys that didn't quite perform, we were on enough guys that overperformed that it was all right.
Yep. If Malik Monk hits that 3 to send that Knicks game over, I have a monster night. Josh, how'd you do, bro?
Disagree. I say Oladipo had a big dud right out of his butthole. big steaming dud on some of my lineups. But no, I did well. My Cleveland game stack did really well. If it had Portis in there,
yeah,
might be looking at 6 figures. But
man, 6 figures is the dream. Do gotta do a couple shout outs. Brad Jansen drew a comment in the YouTube chat. He just tied for the late night Donkey GPP. Took first place, tied with like another 250 people. Unfortunately, I think he turned $4 into $370, and thanked us for our Brooks recommendation. So that was nice. Brooks back in Portland, went to Oregon, so that works out. We also had a winner of the Wise Take free monthly trial contest. Kyle Pemrick correctly guessed that Ben Simmons would outscore Kristaps Porzingis. He predicted 54. He went for like 52.6, I believe. So he was the closest, and he will be winning a free month's trial to Wise Take. And we had a runner-up, Daily Fantasy Fanatic. He was just under 50. These guys were both really close. So we're going to throw in a free week consolation for the Daily Fantasy Fanatic. Both you guys have been emailed by CK. Just respond, and he'll work you through getting those free memberships. Since we've been loving these contests so much, we're going to run one more tonight. This one is going to be for a free coaching session. That's free 30 minutes, DFS lessons. Anyone that's looking to sharpen up your game, you'll get a 30-minute coaching session. This one will be with me, so hopefully you want to talk NFL or NBA. If you do want another one, then we'll find out the right expert for you. The contest is going to be who is the highest point per dollar scorer on tomorrow's slate. Basically, in DFS, if you can get the most point per dollar players on your team, you're going to have a good night. That's probably the most important thing to nail. Not sure if everyone is clear on what point per dollar means, so I'm going to ask you guys first. TC, give me your definition of point per dollar.
All right, point per dollar. I'll try to use like an example. If you have a guy that's 5,000, then just use that 5, use the comma as a decimal point. If it's 5.5, then it's 5.5, and then times that by a number, and whatever that comes out to, that's what it is. So if a guy was $5,000 and he hits 25 points, that's 5 times his value. 5 times 5 is 25. If he's 6,000 and he hits, 60 points, don't think it's going to happen, but that's 10x. 6 times 10 is 60. So that's how I suppose we all do it, but that's how I factor it. I don't see how else you do it, but there we go.
No. I mean, I know it's common knowledge to most, but some that don't know, it's
Sure,
good to start thinking that way. Cash, you agree with that definition, or you got a better one for me?
That's the exact definition.
Yep. And really when you're building your lineups, that's kind of what you want to do is look at the guy for NBA, if it's cash games, I guess you could use 5X as the number. And for tournaments, you really want to use 6X and say, is this guy capable of getting me 6 times his salary? So,
and what's the likelihood of that happening?
Right. Exactly.
How likely is it to happen with this specific guy?
And then on the higher end studs, I think you can turn those more into raw points, but using a 5X number like Giannis Antetokounmpo is usually 12K. Like, you don't need him to get you 6X, which would be 72. That'd be nice. But if the rest of your team gets you 6X and Giannis gets you like 5.2 as an average, you'll have about 5.8X and times your $60,000 salary. That's about 350 points. And that'll usually get you deep cash and sometimes a win in big GPP.
Yeah, and that's why, like, a lot of times they'll hear us, I'm sure, talk about, like, well, I like this guy. He has a floor of, 4 or 5X and has an upside of 7X, because you really want to feel safe with that 5X. If you can, obviously there's guys that have a floor of 3X, but their ceiling is so high, 10, 11X sometimes, that it's willing to take that shot. But, yeah, that's why we'll use that. I think he can get 5 or 6X easily, kind of comment with a lot of guys.
And I think
and the high price guys, like, you could, if he's 11,000 and gets you 50, like, you can deal with that. If he's 12,000 and gets you 50, you just have to get somebody cheaper that's going to get you 6 or 7.
That's going to make
play
that
those
up.
high price guys for the floor. Like, if they go out and get you 50, like, you can't be mad. Like, you can't.
No.
Like, you take that and you get it somewhere else.
Yeah, as long as it's not like another high price guy that way overperforms them at decent ownership. Like Jokic tonight was significantly cheaper than your ADs, your Boogies, your Giannis, your LeBron, and he put up like a 73. So when LeBron, all those guys got you your 5X, it was cool. But then when Jokic went like 8 or 9X, it kind of you needed Jokic to win those GPPs.
But in cash that's cool because
in cash is fine. In cash.
Yep.
In cash, you're still cashing. So tomorrow's slate, pick the guy who's going to be the highest point per dollar play on FanDuel.
I would like to say I hope everybody listened and locked in Saric.
I did.
The only problem
I had one lineup without him.
Oh, I had him in everywhere. The only problem is I had Moutier everywhere too. So.
Yep.
That was good.
Yep. All right, so we got a nice 5-game slate tomorrow. You guys want to dive in, or you got anything else you want to say?
I'm pretty well set.
All right, cool. We're gonna go position by position as per usual. TC, I will start with you. Point guards, take me down to about 6K. Who do you like in there?
All right, that's where the majority of the guys I'm interested in are. Obviously Curry 9,500. I think if this game stays closer, I haven't looked at any spreads or anything. But if this game stays close, I'm fine with paying that for Curry. But I really like Kyrie. I know this is his first year with Boston, but Boston and the Lakers, weird stuff always happens. It seems to find a way to always stay close most of the time. And so I'm interested with him at 8,900 on FanDuel. Peyton is a game time decision, but I'll just throw one more in there and then throw it over to Cash since it's a small. But Collison at 6K down to him. I've been liking him all year against Detroit on the road. I don't love it, but for that price, for a guy that I think has a floor of 4X in this game and a ceiling of maybe 6.5 to 7X, I could get behind that also.
Yeah, I don't mind that. The spread in that Warriors game, and I'll get through all the spreads as we go along, but the spread in that Warriors game right now is 10.5. The Warriors are favored, and we got an over-under of 229. That's the highest on the slate, but also the highest spread for the game. If this one stays close, there's fantasy points galore in there. Not sure which guys I would want to lock in as we go through this. Maybe I'll comment on ones I like better than the others. Cash, what do you like at point guard down to 6K?
Well, what I'll say about Collison is that I had him in some of my AD, like the stacks of that game, and he sucked. And I remember what happened last time I had him versus Sacramento. He got like 7 or 8. And then the next game, he went off for 45. And I'm looking at his game logs right now. It's 8:45, 11:39, 21. I'll be expecting 40 tomorrow. You're gonna give me 40 tomorrow, Mr. Darren Collison? I think you will.
That'd be nice.
I like Darren Collison too.
The Pistons are the third best defensive team against the point guard, I will note. But who else? Anyone else you like up top here?
I like Goran Dragic. Oh, hell yes.
Yeah. Goran Dragic.
Hell yes.
The Warriors are the
going back to Phoenix.
Worst defensive team against the point guard right now. So yes, I like.
And I don't even care about that. They could be the best against the point guard. He's going back to Phoenix.
The Suns are the worst. Yes. Goran Dragic, revenge spot. He went off in this spot last year as well. Good point.
Yeah, we like. I expect him to ball. Yeah.
But
nobody else.
Being an Orlando Magic fan, what do you think the status is on Elf? You think we see him make his comeback tomorrow?
If he does, don't play him because they're not going to push him. Like it's a hamstring. Like that's a scary thing. Like you don't want to. First of all, you don't want to come back too early because that's an injury that can linger all year. Like you just want to sit out and let it heal because if he comes back and re-injures it, then it's just another.
He's out for another month. Yep.
Yeah, and then if he does the same thing, like yeah, they're not going to push him if he does play. So yeah, damn sure don't use him.
He's 6,300 on DraftKings. The Knicks are one of the worst teams against guards as well. I think I could maybe stomach it there if it's going to be low ownership, but 7,400 on FanDuel, I think that's too much.
I could maybe do it over there, but yeah. I still don't expect him to play. He won't play over 30.
I would agree with you there, and I think he will play tomorrow. I think this is the comeback spot, but I'm really not looking to play him either. I think there's better guys on the slate. Collison, I can get behind, but I don't think I'll find myself there. Curry and Irving are definitely interesting. I'll have to see how I think those games are going to go, but Dragic's probably my favorite in this range. And if I do like Curry, I think I'd probably just play Jeff Teague for the savings in that same game. So
Sure.
That's probably my thoughts there. TC, take me down below 6K. Anything you like down here?
Yeah, and since Cash only mentioned 2 high tier guys, I'll just mention 2 low because I'm wondering if he likes more low tier guys. But Tyler Johnson at 4,300, I like that spot for him. He's cheap. He's been getting minutes. He's a guy that we've seen it before last year. He can score the ball. I like it. You're only going to need low 20s to get you 5x. I think he's more than capable of hitting into the 30s if it's his night and he gets the run. And I also like Tyler Ulis at 3,900, averaging like 24, 25 minutes a game, under 4K. I like that spot for him also.
Yep, I'm cool with that. Obviously, like Ulis over Mike James, significant price savings there for guys playing about the same minutes. I think James will be the more popular guy because he's a starter, but I completely agree with you. I would lean to Ulis there as well. Cashin, there's a guy I'm almost positive you're going to mention down here, but I want to see if you do it. Let me know what you like.
I do like Jeff Teague, though. He would be right behind Dragic.
Okay.
Tyler Johnson. Son of I like Tyler Johnson.
Yep, for sure.
But waiters will come back. I like old Nidakina.
Yeah.
Dude that can't pronounce his own name because he pronounced it 2 different ways at the draft.
Did he really?
He's been playing. Yeah. They asked him one time, he said one thing, and then somebody else asked him again, he said a totally different thing. I'm like,
wow,
you don't even know how to pronounce your name. I damn sure don't know how to pronounce your name.
We got to get this guy a nickname because I don't know how to say it either. But yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. I'm sure he's got one.
Yeah, it's just the fact that I think Jared Jack sucks at basketball, and he shouldn't even be on a team in the NBA. Like he should be overseas or something.
Yep.
But Yeah, we all know my dude down here, Ish Smith. Like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, the best way for me to explain it is that almost every night he's gonna go out and get you value. He's gonna get you 5x or very close to it, and you just wait for that one game where I don't know. I mean, Jackson gets hurt or Jackson gets benched, and he plays 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and he's getting about a point per minute. So if he plays 35 minutes, you'd be looking at 35 points.
Sure.
And he's only 3.9.
And, I mean, Indiana's coming off a back-to-back. Pistons are fresh. Game could get out of hand, and you could get an additional run for Ish late in the game. That was the guy I was hoping to hear from you. I don't mind it. I think I'd have a little. We'll see if any value opens up on the slate where I'd pivot off. But I don't mind that play tomorrow with Indy coming off a high-paced game back-to-back and now going on the road.
But you did say Ulis over James, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I don't like point guards against Dragic, but yeah, I would rather have the savings, but I don't think I'll go to either.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I'll find myself on either of those either. Miami is playing the Suns. Yeah, Miami Heat right now ranked 13th against the point guard. Definitely not, the most appealing of spots. Frank Ntilikina, I think, is definitely about to win the job from Jarrett Jack. The minutes are converging now. We've seen Ntilikina play in the mid-20s 3 in a row now and playing more than Jarrett Jack for the first time. So we might get that game where he finally gets 35 and Jack goes to his backup role at 15. And at this low price, he can get you, 9x or so. So he's definitely a guy I'll be looking at tomorrow on this slate. And same thing in that Detroit game. If we think Ish Smith is in play, then I think you got to think Corey Joseph is in play. He's been playing good minutes all year in the low 20s, and if you like Ish, then the same narrative goes for Corey Joseph.
Yeah, and it's a back-to-back too, so might get a few more minutes.
Yep, exactly. Moving along to shooting guard, TC, start me off. Who do you like in these 7 or 8 guys above 6K or above?
All right. Oladipo, I know it's back-to-back. They're going to Detroit, but he's a guy that he's always going to get the minutes. He's going to try to take the shots, and I think coming off of this game, he's in a good spot. I don't mind it in that 7,300. I don't hate the price either. Devin Booker at 7,200. I do like that also. More for the price and the other guys here. Like I'm literally just going to list the top 3. Like Clay's next. Clay's at home. I like Clay if it stays close. Kind of like the Curry call. It's all about like how I think the game's going to end up, and then it's going to be which Golden State guys I pick if I think it's going to stay close. And Clay at home, I'm perfectly all right with playing. So Clay, it's probably a tie between Clay and Oladipo at the top, and then Booker probably third out of those 3 guys. And then there's a few guys I'm interested in below that, but I'll let Cash talk about those.
All right, Josh, what do you like up here?
I mean, I do like Oladipo. The thing with Oladipo today was Lance Stevenson revenge. Like I said, that he's a flyer play. Like you can put him in. Mm-hmm. Dude, he needs something to play for. Like I don't know if he's just not motivated. Like if LeBron is on the court, he's gonna play. Yeah. If he's going against a team that signed him and then just dropped him like a piece of trash,
he's gonna
best believe he's coming to play. Yep. So he took away minutes from both of my Indiana wing players. I had Oladipo and I had Bogdanovich. So he took minutes away from both of them. So don't look at the minutes and be like, oh, he played less minutes yesterday. Yeah, he played less minutes because Lance Stevenson was balling. Yep. Victor Oladipo had 0 fantasy points in the second quarter. 0.
Yep.
So I do like the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that he's going to see Avery Bradley. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I'm going to go there because I respect the hell out of Avery Bradley's defense. I think I would rather go to Avery Bradley, play him over Oladipo, and save $1,000. Devin Booker, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it versus Miami. Like they should put Josh Richardson on him and let waiters guard, oh boy, TJ Warren. Because TJ Warren is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they both can get it done, but I would rather Warren beat me than Booker. So that's what I would do if I was a coach. But I respect Miami's defense as a team, as a whole. The same with Boston. Like, it's just good team defense. It's because of the coaches. But yeah, up here, my favorite is Avery Bradley or Klay Thompson. But Klay Thompson is at home, and I like this game. I think Minnesota comes to play.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think Minnesota is going to want to prove that, you know, they're a 4-3 reckon with in the West, and they match up pretty well with this team, especially down low. So I think they can hang. And, you know, Golden State, they're obviously awesome, but they haven't been blowing the doors off everyone this year. You know, like it's not a lock that they just blow this team out. So I definitely like Minnesota. That Heat Suns game, it's in Phoenix. It opened at 5.5. Miami minus 5.5. It's down to Miami minus 5. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm reading this wrong. This must be an error, but I had it opening at Heat minus 5, and now it's out to minus 10.5. Maybe that's on the waiters. He was questionable. Now he's playing news, but looks like we got a 10.5 point spread here with a 213 over under.
I wouldn't think waiters would move a line that much.
Yeah, that's a big move.
I don't know. You know, I mean, Bledsoe wasn't playing. He did get traded. I don't know. You know, maybe it's just an error. It's early. But it looks like the line is 10.5 with an over-under of 213. Same line as that Golden State game. And I would say, oh, no, I'm sorry. Looks like the line is minus 5. Miami minus 5. For some reason, it has that the Suns were minus 5.5, and it moved 10.5 points to the Suns being 5-point favorites. Okay. So that confused me. I doubt the Suns ever opened at minus 5.5 for this game. So we just got the Heat minus 5, and that seems a little low to me. If this game stays close, there will be a lot of fantasy goodness in here. I think it warrants a game stack in one of your lineups if you're building multiples.
Especially the Miami side. Miami is paced up.
Yeah, Miami
it's in Phoenix. So I look at it more like if a team is being paced up, I would rather them be on the road being paced up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The home team is going to dictate the pace more than the whole road team, So I like Miami side a lot more. Yeah. But Phoenix is cheap, so most of the Phoenix guys is cheap.
Yep. It's definitely a game you could stack. Definitely a game you could just play a few guys from for value. It's definitely a good game out there. Oladipo, you know, he burned everybody today, so that makes me interested slightly in him tomorrow. But I've been impressed with Detroit. I would lean towards this game being a blowout. There is no line on this game yet, so I'll be interested to see how that comes out. Like, I lean more towards playing Ish Schmitz and guys on the second unit and then starters, you know. So I don't know if I'd go back to Oladipo, but I probably will have one share just because he burned everybody today. Devin Booker, his usage is really high. I think you got to consider him. Klay Thompson, I don't love against Wiggins D and possibly, what's his name? Butler's D, depending on who's in the game. I don't think I'd go to Klay Thompson, but that guy could put up a 60 out of nowhere against any defense. But I don't really love any of these options up here. I guess Tim Hardaway Jr. versus Orlando's in play, but I'm really more interested in some of these value guys. TC, take me below 6K. Who do you like down here?
All right. Yeah, for some reason I thought Hardaway was 5'9", so yeah, I am interested in him too. I'll throw him into the mix real quick. But Terrence Ross at 4,300. I like that game. I like playing him for that cheap. And Caldwell Pope, you know, I said that, you know, in the LA Boston game, I'm going to at least have one lineup just this game because when you have any kind of a rivalry like this, you know, anything can happen. It can stay close. You can go to overtime. Maybe it's a blowout and it's a horrible lineup. That's fine. But I at least want a share of it. And I think at 4,700 with a guy of his upside, I'm perfectly willing to pay 4,700 for that. I think he's a guy on the right night can get you like 9x, maybe more. But it has to be the right night. Obviously, I don't know if that's tomorrow, but I feel really comfortable with 5 or 6x from him. So he's definitely going to be in my lineups. I'll let Cash take it from there. I'll let him take the cheap guys home.
Cash, what else do you think down here?
I mean, I didn't say nothing about Tim Hardaway Jr., but he's shooting so many shots. So
yeah, against Orlando, I think it's in play.
I don't know. I don't like that price on Marcus Smart, but against LA, I just think it's a great game for him. Yeah. Defensive wise, like can get some blocks, some steals if his shot is dropping. But I don't like that price. But he could go out and get 45. So
yep.
Yeah.
He's a tournament play only, I would say.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Courtney Lee, yeah, you can go away. Please. Go away. And him. You like Terrence Ross, huh?
Just for the price.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, and because at 43, I think I can expect him, or at least hope for him, halfway confidently to get me low 20s. So I can halfway, especially for Cash. I'm all right if I get 4.5 to 5x on a 5-game slate, and then make it up elsewhere.
So garbage though. You just know he can go out and get you 10 like with ease.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
But so can Hardaway at 6K.
Oh, not anymore. At the beginning of the year, I would say yes, but not anymore. I don't think so. But I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. But what about? Oh my God, I don't like none of these options down here. Terry Rozier? No, his minutes ain't there. Jordan Clarkson? So you'd rather play Caldwell Pope over Jordan Clarkson because you think he's going to get more minutes, right? Well, he's going to get more minutes for sure.
Yeah. I was kind of leaving that to you. I haven't quite made my mind up. I do like Caldwell Pope more, but it's not that big of a difference. Like you said, it's more of a minutes thing. But at the same time, like upside wise, if they both had the same amount of minutes, I think they would both have about the same amount of upside. So like I don't have any problem with the Clarkson play.
I don't agree with that because Clarkson is way more. Yeah, Clarkson is way more aggressive. Caldwell Pope is not that aggressive on the offensive end. He's just
sure, but the way they run and the way he can finish, I would put him up there too. And the way that Lonzo looks to get the ball out quick. I mean, I hate to name drop Lonzo because I don't like him, but the way that they run, I think any shooting guard with them has upside as long as they can finish around the hole.
Yeah, I mean,
But I agree with you. Like it's close. Like you can make a case either way. I don't disagree with that.
Anybody else you like down here, Cash?
Not really. I mean, you want to take a flyer on Jamal Crawford, but no.
I think you can. I think you can take a flyer on Jamal Crawford. He's probably going to get 15 to 20 minutes. If he gets hot, he's doing some of that scoring. They may leave him in there a little more. Jamal Crawford has a little bit of that Lance Stevenson in him where he'll be up for this game. And there's blowout potential, and you could get a lot of fourth quarter run as well. I think he's sort of safe if you need that value to fit in some other guys. I don't mind that flyer, but it's not something I'd have more than like 15% of, but I think he's definitely worth consideration at that price. Terry Rozier, I love here. That Boston game is a 9-point spread with a 208 over under. Boston is really impressive. The Lakers a little short-handed, have some injuries in their front court, and I could see Boston beating them down and Terry Rozier getting an additional run, but his minutes have been pretty secure, around 20, and he's aggressive. He can contribute in steals, assists, rebounds. I like him at that price. He can get you to 30. He gets you a really nice, what would that be? Almost 8x there. So I think Rozier is definitely in play because he's going to get the minutes in a close game. He actually closed out the last close game they played, and he's going to get the minutes in a blowout as well. So I think Rozier is definitely in play. And TC, I love the Terrence Ross call. I think nobody's going to go there. On DraftKings, he's 3,700. That's even better. But this guy has 35, 40-point games last year, and he just hasn't shot well yet. But once those shots start to sink, and he is still taking them, 12 shots, 14 shots, 7, 14, 9. Like, he bangs a couple of those. He can contribute steals and blocks. At 4.3, he's got so much upside. I really like that play as well. Marcus Smart's a little tough at that price. He's cheaper on DraftKings. Like you said, he does have 40-point upside in him. Just don't know which game it's going to be. The Boston team is getting a little crowded now with Marcus Morris back in play. He played 2 games ago, then he took one off for rest, so he's probably going to get his most minutes that he's gotten so far this year in this game. And I don't know how that affects some of these other guys like Smart and Rozier. Just the $2,200 savings down to Rozier and like the chance for him to play late in the blowout, I think helps. But yeah, I think Ross is actually my favorite guy down here because his minutes are the most secure, and I think he's got the upside against a Knicks team that can get sloppy with the ball, and we got a chance for this being a close game. So I think Terrence Ross is my favorite down there.
But he can just go out and do nothing.
Yeah, I know he can, but that's what he's been doing every game, and I'm betting on that being different. Knicks are terrible against guards. I know he's a small forward, but he plays kind of like wingy guard type role. I think this is a spot where Terrence Ross makes and exceeds value significantly. Small forward, TC, up top. What do you like here?
Yeah, obviously KD, I'm not too hot on the price at 10-4, but if you think this game's going to stay close, we've kind of brought that up a few times, then like I said, with the shooting guard and point guard, you're going to have to kind of pick the guys from this game you want. KD's definitely in play. He's always in play if it's going to be a close game. Also, if you think this game's going to be close, then you're going to want to run it back with Minnesota guys. I don't mind Jimmy Butler. He's a guy that we've seen his entire career. He can put the ball in the hoop. Good on the defense. He can add some steals. He can get some assists, rebounds. He can kind of do a little bit of everything. So I don't mind paying $7,700 for him. And then I'd probably go down to Ingram at 6,000. I don't hate him. For the same price though, I would be interested. I might kind of halfway split it between him and Fournier at 6,100. I think they're both kind of the same type of players, same price. If they're scoring, they're going to do well for you. If they're not scoring, then you might as well just stop looking at the lineup or hope that they get a lot of rebounds. So I like KD and Butler if you're going to go the route of going the Golden State Minnesota close game style, and Ingram and Fournier at that lower high tier price.
Lower high tier, I like that. Very, very sharp. I know what you mean. Josh, I'm doing a little research on something here. Take me through the high end small forwards while I'm trying to figure something out.
Sounds like y'all are higher on these Lakers. Like, I just think Boston's defense is so good as a team.
Okay, if you think that, then I want to make sure like
that I mentioned.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think you have.
Oh well,
yeah. Wait, let me make it clear though, because if you think that, then the guys listening also think that. It's not that I'm high on the Lakers. It's just like I like this game to play, just because I'm going to have probably 6 or 7 lineups at least. So I'm going to have one that's going to have this game in it just because of the rivalry factor.
You're going to game stack one of these, like.
Yeah,
game stack this game.
Exactly.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I was like, is this guy on crack?
It might
be. Hey, I've been on the White Steak Nation too long, man.
I mean, Fournier
I'm getting hooked on that.
Fournier's had his worst game of the year. His last game out against Boston, Boston as a team, the team defense is it's marvelous. Like, I love to watch it. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know how much Laker exposure I want with this defense, but I love me some Fournier.
Yeah.
Like, dude, his floor is just built in. If he has a bad game, he's most likely going to get you 25. So it's just built in, and he got 40-point upside, but it's not like a TJ Warren where TJ Warren has way more upside, but TJ Warren has way more downside. But TJ Warren's been balling. Oh man, he got 9. He got 9 against the Knicks. Is that the game he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
That's the game he got hurt. I was about to say, there's no way in hell TJ Warren scored 9 against the Knicks. But so you would y'all rather play KD or get the $3,000 savings to Butler?
Overall, I'd rather get the savings to Butler, but that's just like if I'm not that confident that the Golden State game is going to stay close. I mean, I would rather have Butler and the savings if it goes for a blowout and be able to spend up elsewhere if it blows out and get guys that I'm safer with. But if I think it's going to be close, I'd rather go to KD.
Because I feel that they can put Wiggins and Butler on KD and kind of like, not stop him. You can't stop KD. Nobody can stop KD. But slow him down some where he can't go for a ceiling game. Like he's not getting ceiling games anyways. But
yeah,
he might not even get you 50.
I would take Butler no matter what in that spot. Like if KD goes bananas, Butler's probably going to have a pretty good game too. And the only way that Minnesota stays close is Butler and the rest of them all kind of performing. So I think I'd lean Butler for that savings. I don't see Durant going for a 70 burger here unless it's, multiple overtimes and then everyone's doing well and you need to game stack this. So if I was going individual, it's probably only Butler because I think he has, 6 or 7x possibility where I don't really think Durant can get me that. You know what I mean?
KD going for 70. Curry would have to turn an ankle. Draymond get ejected.
Exactly.
And Clay have diarrhea.
Right. Yep. I'm with you on that. I like that. Fournier is definitely interesting. This is the cheapest we've seen him in a minute. TJ Warren, I think, is a little trappy against a good defensive team. So I think Butler and Fournier are my favorite guys up here, but I don't really love this upper tier either. TC, what do you like under 6K?
Josh Jackson sticks out, 3,500. Just for that cheap. His rebound numbers have been solid, and like I've said on the last 2 shows, I don't love the guy individually as a player, but if his scoring does come around and he keeps that 5-6 rebound numbers that he's been roughly averaging over the last 5 games, I'm fine with that, and he can pay off at 3,500. Bojan Bogdanovic at 4,700. I'm fine with that. He's been getting decent run. He's a good shooter, 4,700. If we think this game's going to stay close or anything, I don't love it, but I think he has a part in it. And like today, he came out playing really well. And for 4,700, I love it. I don't really know how high I think his ceiling is. But I don't think it's unreasonable to think that I could be confident in a 25-point game from him, 28-point game, unless something just drastic happens. So I like him there, and like I said, Josh Jackson.
Okay. Cash, what do you like down here?
Yeah, they refuse to raise his price. Even when he's getting 29s and 30s, they won't raise it. I don't know what to think of Jaylen Brown. I think I would rather play Tatum over him, but he's interesting, against the Lakers.
Yeah.
He's another guy like Smart that could get a couple steals versus him. But I don't know if I'm gonna go there. Josh Richardson is gonna play huge minutes. And
let me ask something back there on Jaylen Brown. How do you think Marcus Morris is gonna impact Tatum's minutes or Brown?
I think he affects more Rozier minutes. But
Marcus Morris?
I thought you said Marcus Smart.
No, Marcus Morris.
Oh, yeah. Once he gets back up to normal minutes, he will definitely take away from both of them a couple of minutes, but more Tatum than Brown, though.
Yeah.
Because Tatum's the rookie, you know what I'm saying? Brown.
Yeah. And Tatum's more the big, Brown's more like a guard, so.
Yeah, he's small forward. But Tatum's been playing well.
Yeah, I know. And I like the two of them. Marcus Morris coming back to the equation just annoys me. It's just a little too crowded for my liking, and now I gotta reassess what Boston is as a team.
Kind of like Paul Millsap in Denver.
Yeah,
that's why I can't get the Jokic 78-point games because I can't play him because freaking Paul Millsap is there.
I know. What I did see from Denver's coach in that game though is he didn't care that game was way out of hand. He played Jokic deep into the fourth. Which was interesting, What about
he had him in his lineup on DK?
Yeah, he probably had a DK lineup and he needed it. What about your boy Simmons if Alfred Payton's out?
Oh my God! If he's gonna play, if he's gonna start at point guard again, I'll go all over that again. I pivoted. Who did I pivot? I pivoted off of. I think it was Jaylen Brown. I pivoted off of Jaylen Brown to this ass when he started at point guard. and he did nothing.
Yeah, he done it for us for sure.
But it's the Knicks though.
It's the Knicks. I know.
Yeah, Jared Jack's gonna try to guard him.
Yep.
Nicolina, he's a good defender, but Jonathan Simmons is a physical, strong dude. Like this little skinny guy can't.
Yeah, neither of those guys can handle him. That's for sure. If Alfred's still out, I don't mind Simmons here.
But I'm like he's another guy. Like I forget who it was. Like we said yesterday. I think I like him better on the second unit because his usage will go way up.
Yeah.
Than when he's starting.
Yep, I agree with that. It's just you don't know like where the minutes will be. I think when he's starting, you can pretty much write.
Yeah, but the thing is that because Ross sucks so bad, so if Simmons comes in and is playing on the second unit and is playing well, coach will finish the game with him instead of finishing with Ross because Ross goes out there and just doesn't do something, do a lot of the times. But if Ross is on, he can go off too though.
Yep. You think there's a chance that Simmons takes Ross's starting spot eventually?
I said it from jump. Simmons should be starting over Ross from game one.
Mm-hmm.
He's a better player than Terrence Ross. I mean, he just is.
What about
all-around player? He's better.
I agree with you there for sure. The Spurs drafted him. He's probably pretty good. What about Lance Stevenson? You interested in him down here or don't chase him?
Hell no. Yeah, hell no. That was only because Pelicans jerseys was opposing him. There was a Pelicans jersey in front of him, so he had blood in his eyes. Like, dude has to have something to play for. If not, just no. Hell no. He will have a good game like once every 10 games or so. But nah, hell no.
Okay. I mean, I think in blowout, there's some merit to him at 3,300 just because of his usage. But yeah, I'm not that interested. Last guy I'll ask you guys about.
Do you think a lot of people they're just plug in KD and then look at Lance's game yesterday and be like, oh, I'm going to play Lance. Lance and KD.
It's a small slate. Really do. There's not a ton of options. Absolutely. I think TJ Warren's going to get a lot of play too, though. Like, he's been going bananas. But yeah, it'll be like Durant, Warren, Fournier, and then you go down here and you see Stevenson. It's not even like you got to scroll down that far. I think he'll definitely have some ownership tomorrow, and I don't want to chase that, but we'll see.
So if you think did you say you thought Miami could handle this game?
Miami
against Phoenix, yeah.
I think it'll be closer than people think. I think the game will stay close. Teams are funny after trades. Like with that Bledsoe trade, getting a guy like Greg Monroe. Not that I think he's gonna play, but like. It may bring them together a little bit. I don't know. Miami's on the road. Miami just played Golden State, so this could be like the letdown kind of spot for them. Be interesting to see how that line moves, but it's early in the season. Any team can stay with any team in the NBA. I don't think you should just write that off as a blowout. And the spread right now being 5 says that it's not necessarily going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
What about Bielitsa from Minnesota against Golden State? They may need some additional contribution, kind of similar to the Jamal, what do you call it, play at shooting guard. But I feel like somebody on this Minnesota bench is going to need to contribute if they're going to stay in this game.
He's always in play for me because he's in the rotation. And if something happens, foul trouble or something like that, he'll play more. But yeah, I mean, the guy can shoot. The guy can play. He can play basketball.
Yeah,
I like him. So at that price, he's always in play for me as a flyer donkey play.
Flyer donkey play. We love those. Anybody else down here, or should we move on to power forward?
I don't see nothing else.
All right.
Ooh, dang. Retire.
He's asking for a trade. He's like bitter he hasn't played. It's pretty funny.
Retire.
Retire. But he's getting free paychecks to do basically nothing. Like, I wouldn't even complain. I'd like hope that they don't like notice and keep you for another year after this.
Lance Thomas, I would say that in my memory bank, because Lance Thomas, I think has had very good games against the Magic. I'll just put that out there. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but in the memory bank, I can remember some big Lance Thomas games against the Magic.
All right, we'll look into that. Lance Thomas is like the Knicks version of Luke Babbitt. He just don't do too much on the court. But
hey, I think Lance Thomas is a better player than Luke Babbitt.
Yeah, I do think so too. But like, dude can play 30 minutes and get you like a 5. So we'll have to dig in and see how the matchup looks. The Orlando Magic, 23rd against small forward. We'll see if there's anything that points to him getting definitive minutes. He did play the most minutes of the season tonight, but I don't know if we got to reach that deep on this slate. But sure, donkey play, definitely. TC, power forward.
Yeah, Porzingis, 9.8. I like him. I think a lot of people are going to be off of him. A lot of people were way up on him today, so I think we might be able to get him at some reduced ownership and 9,800. So I like that spot there for him. And then that's why I was so quiet listening to you guys talk, because I'm trying to look at forwards to see really who I like a lot. And, like Kuzma, I don't necessarily like the game itself for him, but, he showed that the guy's a rising star. I mean, he's a great player. It's just this position I don't really know. Thaddeus Young, 6,400, I could get behind, but I don't know. I'm just really looking, and nobody's sticking out to me other than KP. Draymond at 8,200. Obviously, he's always in play depending on how you're gonna, what games you're going after. And I'll leave Aaron Gordon and those guys to cash. So I'll let you guys talk about them. But I don't see a lot in this position that I really love.
Real quick, Orlando Magic 27th against the power forward. New York Knicks #1. Cash, what do you like up here in power forward?
I don't know. I'm getting upset. Like, can we get like a 38-minute Draymond Green game, please? Like, what in the hell is going on? 27 minutes, 26 minutes, 29 minutes, 31 minutes, 32 minutes, 16. He got ejected. 36, 29. I mean, get out of here, man. Just play this guy. We all know he doesn't want to come off the court. He would play 48 minutes if the coach would let him. So just play him. I'm just getting so tired of this. But I love Porzingis. I always love Porzingis. You got to love a guy that is as talented as he is, that is the entire team, and he ain't scared. Dude will just fire up 30-footers. He'll just jack them. He'll just jack shots all over the place. And he has block upside. Porzingis, yeah,
for sure. I think it's a bounce-back spot against a 27th ranked team against the power forward. He's the go-to guy on this team. If this game stays close, which it should, it's going to get a ton of run here. There's block potential,
CK static, if you're listening.
Draymond, yeah. I'm going to dive into the Warriors, try and understand their rotation, see what's going on there. I mean, I can't point to, like, a guy that's taking minutes, like, like Kevon Looney or anything. Maybe it's been foul trouble, but I got to dive in, and I'm going to watch some Warriors games tonight and try and figure out what their rotations look like. Go back and maybe look how they did against Minnesota last year. But he's definitely in consideration on this small slate. I'm guessing he's going to be kind of popular. I think that game will be popular. I'm glad they did price him up. I think he was under 8K his last time on the slate. But, I'll probably try hard to find the money for KP if it's between those two. I did not know the Knicks were the #1 team against power forward. I probably won't have too much Gordon in this spot. I think this is going to be a Vucevic game for the Orlando Magic. Don't really like any of these other guys here. Harris, stretch 4 against Indiana's always in play. I guess that's fine. Kuzma, I do like the talent a lot. Probably not against Boston, though. Only 17% true usage. Obviously, that's going to rise now that he's in the starting role, but I don't know at this price tag. Maybe 6,300 on FanDuel. Let me see what he is on DraftKings. Kuzma. 6,100 on DraftKings. So about the same. I don't know. I do not know. I know we don't mind bigs against Boston, but I don't know if Kuzma's really like a big forward. He's more of like a stretch forward kind of guy. So I don't know about that. Like I like Tatum guarding him. I don't mind Morris guarding him. Even like Maybe Jaylen Brown on him. I think that could give him some trouble. I'm impressed with Boston so far. Not impressed with the Lakers. I could of any of these games on this slate, that's one I think could blow out like the most. So I doubt I'm gonna have too much of these guys. TC below 6K. What do you like down here?
Yeah, I'm just going through, and I guess he's not below 6K, but Nectat. If we think this game's going to stay close, I think one of you guys said that you think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. If we think that, then I think Nectat's definitely in play. Not a huge fan of 6,200 for him, but he's been around there for the most part of the year on FanDuel, high 8s to or high 5s to low 6s. So I don't hate the price for him. Oh man, if we don't like Kuzma, then we definitely don't like Randall.
Randall, cheaper price, blowout potential, late minutes. I could see that more than Kuzma, but
do you think is okay? Yeah. Let me ask you this on him. With the same amount of minutes, which I know won't happen or shouldn't happen, who do you think? Is it just Randall because of the lower price?
No, it's also the matchup, the bigs thing. Like Randall to me is a true big, so he's got a better matchup also. For me, it's Randall over Kuzma now that like we kind of talked that out.
Sure. I don't know. Going down like to this mid and lower tier, I'm gonna pass off to Cash. I'll chime in if I see somebody that you guys don't talk about, or if you guys talk about somebody I like. But like I'm not seeing anybody I really love.
Okay, Cash. Similar thoughts or anybody you like down here?
I like James Johnson a lot, but I don't like when I just looked and I remembered the game against Golden State. Like I don't like that.
Yep.
People are gonna see that and oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like James Johnson right there. And if I had to pick any Laker, it would be one of those two. I don't take them over any other position on the court. Is power forward. Like I just watched what Aaron Gordon did to them, and both of them are kind of similar to Aaron Gordon type of player. So I could play either one of them. I don't like the price on Kuzma because I want him to go out and be able to get me 40, which I don't see that happening personally. But I mean, it's whatever. What I really want to look into is Tobias Harris versus Thaddeus Young. Like that interests me. I don't know. Right now, like I gotta look into that, but that's something I'll be looking into for sure. Sabonis. I wonder if Sabonis misses again. But I guess we'll get into that in center.
Yeah, that's a good question. Uncertain if Sabonis will travel with the Pacers to the game against the Pistons. Pistons beat writer's really good. We'll probably know if he's at the stadium. Yeah, that could make a difference. Anybody else down there that you like, Cash?
Jonathan Isaac. I mean, he's gonna get 20 minutes probably around there. He could go out and get you 20 or 10. So if you get you 20, you're happy. If you get you 10, you're pissed. But I mean, it's only 5 games. Some of these positions is kind of lacking in options.
Yep. Guys I want to mention down here.
Taj Gibson. Oh, yes. Let me mention Taj Gibson.
Go for that.
I played him his last game, and oh my God, what did he get me? It was 40-something.
Yeah, that was 2 games
41.
ago. 41.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was against Dallas. So I love to attack bigs versus Dallas. I loved Gortat today. Took a big doo-doo on me. But yeah, Taj Gibson. I like Taj Gibson here.
Yep. Golden State, 28th ranked against power forward. Again, if they're going to stay close, Minnesota's going to have to take advantage down low. Gibson, I could see getting like a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and contribute elsewhere, and that's 6x right there.
They don't raise his price either.
Yeah, they never raise his price.
I mean, in 3 of his last 5 games, he's gotten 40, 32, and 41. Guy's 46.
Yep. I think we also got to think about Kelly Olynyk down here. This could be a spot. this could be a good spot
I was
for
hoping
him.
you wasn't gonna say his name. Damn, I'm so scared of the minutes. Like, I don't know. It's a guy the coach doesn't like. I don't know. Why did you sign him? Why?
I know. No, didn't they trade for him?
I thought they signed him as a
No,
free
they
agent.
signed him free agent. Free agent.
I thought
Boston
so.
let him go.
Yeah, man, where does minutes go? He was playing earlier in the year, but I don't know.
We'll definitely have to take a look at that. I mean, I guess Whiteside being back has impacted him. This is a good spot. There's some blowout risk. Excuse me. The Suns really struggled down low. 21st. I'm sorry, 25th versus the power forward. I don't see Marquez Chris coming out and chasing him down, so Olynyk could get a bunch of open shots. He'll definitely get involved in the rebound and blocks and stuff. Additional blowout potential, I would say, so maybe he gets some late run. But yeah, the minutes have gone away with Whiteside coming back. But I think at this price, on this kind of slate, he's worth a shot in GPPs. But definitely like the Taj Gibson call. I think Randall's in play. And I really think that's it down here, too. You know, I mean, maybe some value will open up. There's some cheap guys, but not unless we know their minutes. What about Gorgie Dang? We've seen some increased minutes from him lately. He's 3,200. His last three games, he's played 25, 14, 18. He's gotten 27, 15, and 28. Like, maybe they need him in this game. Blowout potential, play late. I think Gorgie Dang's in play at 3,200.
Yeah, last year he did all right for me. I played him a few times. Yeah, I don't hate that, especially if it's blowout potential. So, yeah, I'll add that there.
Hey, bro, I love the gorgeous dong. I played him all the time last year. All the time. He was in my lineups all the time. And this year, just doesn't play.
Yeah, Taj took his role.
Yeah, I think he should be playing over Taj because I think he's a better player than Taj. But Tibbs is the coach. Tibbs is not the brightest guy when it comes to offense or a team in general. Like, I don't think Tibbs should be the general manager.
Did Taj Gibson play for Tibbs back in Chicago?
He did.
Yeah.
Did. So that's like one of his boys that he likes.
But I figured he would be the same role as he was in Chicago. In Chicago, he came off the bench and went to work down in the post off the bench.
Yeah.
And he finished the games too. But now he's starting.
Yeah. Interesting. I think one of those two guys can be on the winning lineup tomorrow. It's just a matter of which one, Taj or Gorgeous Dong.
So I would say you would hope that like Cat or Taj get into foul trouble for this to work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if he gets the minutes, dude can get 30.
Or in a blowout where the game's over by the end of the third and he plays the whole fourth kind of situation. Minutes are trending up, though. I mean, he's played into the 20s his last three. I mean, point per minute kind of guy. I think he's worth a risk at the bare minimum.
Yep.
TC, start me off at centers down to 6K. What do you like?
Yeah, I'll probably just mention 3 or 4 guys I like total and then let Cash clean it up.
Do it.
I don't like the price for Anthony Towns at 9,700, but I like it more than Drummond at 9,400. So if I'm going to pay up to like the top tier, I'd probably go Cat over Drummond, just for $300 difference. And I like Cat more. Vucevic at 8,200 is interesting to me, but really the guy who I really want to play here, Brillo at 6,900. He's a guy that can step out a little bit. He can spread it out. If this game is going to stay close with some of those stacks, I'm hoping it will, that I'm going to have. I think he will have a hand in it. And I think he can also take advantage on rebounds. So I like that spot for him. And I really, if you need to go down to value, I don't hate Lynn for 4,700. I don't think it's going to be an explosion game by any means. But I think 5X is definitely in play. 6X is a possibility from him. He's definitely the better player. It just really all comes down to, is it going to continue to be a split and make me uncertain of, how many minutes he's going to get? Or does he get, a solid 26, 27 minutes? If he gets upper 20s minutes, I feel really comfortable with 4,700 for him. But if it's going to be around 21, 22, that makes it a little bit different for me. But those are kind of the guys I'm really looking at. And there's a few other guys that interest me, but I won't take them all away from Cash.
What was that last name you was just talking about?
Alex Len.
Len.
Okay.
Yeah, and TC, it's all right if you mention the same guy. Like, the nation wants to know if you and Cash both are the same guy. So don't look back. It's all good. It's all good.
If he says somebody that I really like, because since there's three of us, we all have our own takes. I mention him, but like if there's somebody I really like, I'll definitely chime in and say I agree or disagree or whatnot.
All right, good. Cash, take me through the whole center spot. Who do you like a lot?
Just looking at it, just off top, just looking deepest position on the slate, and it almost always is.
Yeah,
I would like to say something about Brook Lopez. Maybe Luke Walton is growing a brain in his head. Maybe because the reason you brought in Brook Lopez, I don't know. Maybe I should educate him on how to coach a basketball team. But the reason you brought in Brook Lopez was to spread the court and open up the lane for your drivers. And when you're playing them 20 minutes and 17 minutes, it's not working for you. So keep him above 30 minutes and you'll be doing all right. You're not a defensive team. You don't need, you're not a defensive team. Leave him on the court and try to outscore people because that's the only chance you have of winning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it.
Nice.
Brook Lopez is in play if he plays 30 minutes. He is there to spread the court and open the lane, period. I love Vooch. I love Whiteside. I want Whiteside against Phoenix, against Chandler, old man Chandler, and Lynn. Yeah, I want it. Main reason I want it is the pace, and it's not a back-to-back, and he got 11 points his last game, and I had him all over the place.
You want to guess what his price is on DraftKings?
Probably 65.
81.
It's
hell no.
It's 70. It's 7,400.
Yeah, he's always like 72.
Yeah,
no way he gets above 800. And you know what I'll be doing? I'll be locking him in on DK, and he's gonna go out and take a big shit. I like Drummond too.
So the Warriors worst ranked team on the slate against the center at 26. But the Pacers, the very next team at 25. So, Karl-Anthony Towns or Andre Drummond, tough question on DraftKings. I think you try and play them both in great matchups here.
What are their prices on
What is Towns? What is Cat's price?
Cat is 89. Drummond is 84.
Okay.
See, I would rather choose one and play Whiteside because that price is dumb.
Yeah. True. Can't play all three of those guys. Vucevic, 7,100 on DraftKings. It's just ridiculous. DraftKings never prices centers correctly. I don't understand why. But yeah, this is definitely the deepest position on the slate. This is probably where you win the slate by getting the right center. Miles Turner coming back against Andre Drummond is in a terrible spot either. It is a back-to-back, though. I'm not too high on Indiana. This could be a great Al Horford spot if the Lakers keep the game close. Lopez isn't going to be able to guard him. He's been showing triple-double capabilities. Alex Len, Hassan Whiteside, he don't play no defense. That's in play. Kyle O'Quinn is in play.
That's my dude.
Defense. If you want to win,
you play Kyle O'Quinn.
That's right.
17 minutes.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about, my man. It's revenge.
I mean,
he started his career in Orlando.
At what point does Kyle O'Quinn not become the starting center and you just put Cantor in the OKC role, come off the bench, give us a scoring boost, and let OKC be the starting center? I don't understand, but hopefully the Knicks, Jeff Hornacek figures that out quick because dude needs to play 30 minutes a game. He's just a beast. He does it all. I love this guy.
But yeah, 17 minutes. And what I said yesterday, I said he could pay off his price in 10 minutes.
Yep.
He got 17 and way went over his price.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's a revenge spot. I'll say that it's not a revenge as far as he hates the team. Like, he loves the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he understands that they couldn't pay him and he was behind Vooch. So it's not, he wants to come play. He wants to put it to them, but it's not because he hates them. It's just because he got boys over there. Like, he wants to put it to Vooch. Like, he wants to put it to these guys.
Yep. I hear you. lot of tough decisions down here. Definitely a deep position. Any super cheap flyer guys down here that have interest? I don't really see any.
What are you guys' thoughts on Baines if it's either way, blowout or stays close? What do you think about him?
No, not for me.
Okay,
No,
good, because I've seen some people talking him up, and I don't like him. And I was wondering if I was completely off base by not liking him. But okay, that eases my mind a lot.
Yeah, because you want him against big physical tennis. Like,
yes.
You would rather have Horford stepping out for Brook than you don't want Baines. Yeah, no, hell no.
Exactly.
And
the only flyer I see besides O'Quinn, because we don't know, he might play 10 minutes, but he could pay off that price in 10 minutes, believe me. Is JaVale McGee. Dudes puts up big fantasy points in limited minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one. If he gets to see cat defense, I would like it, but his minutes are down recently.
Yeah. If Greg Monroe is active, that would be an interesting flyer. I doubt he plays in tomorrow's game, but if he is active, that would be interesting. I don't think he's going to get the minutes, or I don't think he's going to play. But if he were to, maybe Whiteside gets the first guy in foul trouble, and then they just throw him in there, and he gets 25, 30 minutes. Greg Monroe is a monster point per minute guy, and if he finally gets his minutes, this could be the right move for him. Like Greg Monroe, we're probably going to make some money on in the next few weeks because he's on.
Hallelujah! Yeah. We got Greg Monroe away from Jason Kidd.
Yeah,
hallelujah!
Yep. I don't know if tomorrow's a spot, even if he is active. We may want to see how those rotations pay out. But in a donkey, if he is active, maybe you give it a shot. But there's just too many good options here. You can't
learn enough of the offense in one day.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree. I guess that does it. It's a pretty nice 5-game slate. Bunch of places to go. A couple games could blow out or could be expected to blow out, but don't. Enough guys in most positions. We did see some spots that were lacking. The high end of shooting guard. I think the low end of small forward, if I remember correctly. But still a pretty good slate. 5 games. We will have a wise sheet tomorrow. Those things have been on fire. Not to pat my own back.
They have been. I'll pat your back for you.
Thanks, man. But yeah, the nation's been hot. We had guys tying with 250 people in late slates. All of us been cashing. The NBA's been really, really, really awesome so far to start the year. I don't see why that would change. I really like smaller slates. I think you can definitely find an edge where most of the field is going to one spot, whereas on large slates, it's just more spread around. So I think you can take advantage when you know where the ownership's going to be. So I'll be... Okay, hit me.
What's your answer to the trivia question that we asked at the beginning of this?
Yeah, so, before getting out of here, the trivia question for a free 30-minute coaching session is, who will be the highest point per dollar play on the slate on FanDuel? Cash says Kyle O'Quinn. That is interesting. I'm going to say Terrence Ross. I'm going to say he goes for 38 points at 7 and change X.
I really like that Terrence Ross call. I'm going to go... I'm going to go Josh Jackson. I'm going to take a real flyer on this one. I'm going to go Josh Jackson, say that he scores 15 points and gets you another 8 or 9 rebounds, like just has a really good game, and gets like 8 or 9X.
If Kyle O'Quinn gets 20 minutes, he'll go 10X.
I like Kyle O'Quinn too. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you there. I like that game. I think I'm going to have a Knicks Orlando game stack in a couple different ways. They're both like similar teams to me. They both can run the ball. They both have talented players. I like this game probably the most on the slate outside of that Warriors-Minnesota game if that game stays close. Any closing thoughts, you guys?
Come check us out if you're not already a subscriber.
Cash?
Need to stop getting a couple plays wrong. And a bunch of money.
Yep, we're close. We're really close. Every one of us I see in the Slack chat everyone in the nation's, lineups as they're going, and it's just one or two guys that we're missing. But we're definitely close. Happy about another successful night. Once again, the contest, you have to be a subscriber on the YouTube channel, so make sure you click subscribe on the YouTube channel. Give us some thumbs up. Give us some reviews. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some reviews over there. All that stuff matters. It doesn't seem like it. It takes just a second. That really helps us in terms of keeping this thing going. So we appreciate that. Appreciate all of you listening. And for Josh and TC and the entire Wise Take Nation, we are out.
Yeah.